Hello, hello, hello. I hope you're doing well. Oh, hey, buddy. Welcome. Welcome to Guided Sunday Night Meditation. My name's Kalen. It's a pleasure to get to be here with you. Blessings. Namaste. I hope you're having a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. Every Sunday, I like to log on here to YouTube Live to lead a guided meditation class. And I'd like to join you to join me. So please settle in and get comfortable. I'm sitting on the ground. You do not need to. If you'd like to sit in a chair or lay down, please feel free. Do whatever feels best for you. And we're going to begin with just taking a few deep belly breaths. So if you want to place a hand on your belly, a hand on your chest, feel free. What, you want more pets? You want more pets? Oh, Galileo. So we're going to just start by taking some deep belly breaths. Check in with yourself. How are you feeling today? How are you doing? What's going on for you? To the people on the live chat, hello, welcome. So nice to be here with you. Just notice how are you feeling. So I don't know about you guys, but it's feeling a little bit like a crazy time right now. If you live in the United States, we've got the coming new regime stepping in. So if you've got craziness going on in your life, this is a safe space for you to just relax a little bit. This is a safe space for you to find a little peace, a little bliss. This is a judgment-free zone. You are welcome to let your whole self show up here. So leave your fears at the door, leave your baggage at the door, and just settle in. Enjoy the good vibes. Notice how are you doing? Notice the state of your mind. Notice the state of your heart. Notice the state of your belly. We don't pay enough attention to the belly, but it is a seat of wisdom. You have neural cells in your belly. We process with our belly. We get intuition from our belly. A lot of people think that our mind just exists up here, but really, our mind exists here. Our mind exists through every cell in our being. It is tied to the body, but separate from it. So as you turn your focus within, just be aware of where do you experience you today. And allow everything to quiet down. Let's just, as you do this, I'm just going to talk a little bit more. A lot of people think meditation means a blank mind. And you might reach a point in your spiritual journey where your mind does just silent out. And at the same time, if you never reach a still and silent mind, that's okay. Because the journey is about coming home to yourself. It is about finding peace and finding joy here. It is about learning to be with yourself here. To feel love here. To feel contentment here. And so when we turn our focus into meditation, we attune ourselves to that more positive, uplifting, expansive, joy-filled vibration. And ideally, the mind sinks into that joyful vibration and just melts. But sometimes the mind just stays active, and that's okay. Because you are not your mind, you're something deeper. You are the observer of the mind. You are that consciousness that resides in every cell of your body. So if the mind wants to chatter away, that's okay. That's okay. Just bring your focus back to your experience. Bring your focus back to the breath and to your being. Come home to yourself. Notice the quality of your breathing. Notice the state of your body. And I want you to feel every exhale is a sinking in. Every exhale is a relaxation to go deeper into yourself. Every exhale is a letting go. Because I'll let you in on a little secret. Tension is what's keeping you from your best self. Now, there's some good tension. There's some like the stress that comes with a motivating project or having a challenge you're going to overcome. But the kind of tension that just keeps you tight and bound, that keeps you held back from your truth, that keeps you, oh, you just need to let that go. Let that go. Because I don't know what you believe, but one of the things I've come to suppose is pretty true is that everything is energy. Everything is the same energy. Bad, positive, negative, doesn't matter. It's still just energy. It's like everything is light. There's no actual darkness. There's just different quantities of light. Lots of light or a little bit of light, which seems like shadow. So if everything is energy, really the only difference between that energy that feels good and positive and uplifting and joy-filled and godly and that energy that feels painful and challenging and difficult is the amount of contraction it's in. So when the energy is expansive, it feels good, it feels moving, it feels uplifting. When it's tight is when we suffer. So our goal is not to get rid of the darkness or banish it or say these things are bad. It's just to say it's tense, it's tight, it's not as open as it could be, but it's still the same me. It's still the same energy, it's still the same consciousness, it's still the same divinity. So can you, with every exhale, relax? With every exhale, can you melt? With every exhale, can you just expand a little bit more? Can you melt into what is and get out of this part of the mind and drop into this part of the mind? Your body is intelligent. It is an extension of your mind. The Egyptians, when they'd embalm somebody, would liquefy the brain, throw it away. But they'd hold the heart as sacred. They'd hold other organs as sacred. And scientists are starting to discover this. They're starting to realize the brain is not the arbiter of all good logic, because there are organisms alive that have no brains and yet can think and can decision make. I was reading about a study recently done on this type of mold. And this mold is actually one big cell with lots of nuclei, clearly no brain. And yet the mold could problem solve and put it in a maze and try to make it find its way to a food source. And the scientists could watch it problem solve. A structure with no brain has cognizance. If a single-celled organism can do that, then what does it say about us who have these trillions of cells in our body? What if all of them are sentient? What if all parts of us are aware, are cogent? What if we viewed every part of ourselves as a manifestation of our consciousness, our energy, our light? So on every exhale, release the tension, sink into your body, and respect your body as being sacred and holy. Every exhale, letting go and letting go and letting go. Every exhale, dropping in, dropping down, being free. How you feeling? Is that working for you? Are you feeling yourself let go a little bit? Are you feeling yourself release? And I'll keep it going, but let's pay attention to the inhale now. I want you to imagine that the inhale is an invitation for all the positive vibrations in the universe to come into your body. So every inhale, we're inhaling brilliant, sparkling, positive vibes. And you can name it if you'd like. You can name it as peace, joy, love, abundance, care. You could visualize it as a rainbow river, as a golden channel, as God made manifest shooting into you, whatever you want. But I want every inhale to be an act of reception, of divine receiving, cosmic yes, I'm taking that in. And every exhale, a surrender of what no longer serves, a surrender of that which is keeping you from your highest state. Because again, everything is energy, everything is the same consciousness. It's just in a state of elevation, expansion, or it's in a state of contraction, hardening. Inhale, accept the divine light, the cosmic bliss you're entitled to. Exhale, release the negativity that you don't need. Release the tension. Imagine if you went through your life acting as if every inhale were a divine gift you're receiving. Every exhale was a surrender, a letting go into what you are meant to be. How different would your day be, your week be, your life be if you viewed things like this? If you viewed every breath as a blessing and every breath as an opportunity to come into a more well integrated state of being. Now, teaching this practice tonight, I'm not teaching from any specific meditation tradition. I've studied in many, but I really believe in the idea of finding your own spiritual path, finding one that is native to you, indigenous to you, original to the land you come from, the body you come from, the time you come from. And so can you treat this as just a natural way of being? Every meditation tradition talks about the breath being a gateway. Every spiritual tradition talks about the breath being how you access higher forms of reality. And what's so interesting about the breath is you're going to breathe every moment you're alive. Every single moment you are on this planet, you are going to be breathing. But the vast majority of that time, you're going to be completely unaware of it. You're not going to notice the fact you're breathing. It's just going to happen. It's one of the only things that happens in our body, both automatically and with conscious attention. Your heartbeat is always beating, and you're pretty much not going to change it. Your digestive organs are working. You're really not going to change how they digest too much. Although, maybe if you get really advanced in your meditation practice, you'll have a little more control. But your breath, it can go either way. It's like a bisexual at a kink party. It can go either way. Your breath can either be under your direct control or can happen automatically. And it's one of the only systems in the body where that is true, which makes it very, very special. So what if you become more attuned to it? What if you started to realize it as a gift? It is a sacred portal. I want you to just observe yourself for a moment. You've been sitting here for about 15 minutes now. Check in with yourself. Are you feeling different now than when you sat down 15 minutes ago? And if so, how? If you don't want to qualify it, you don't need to. But just observe. One breath can change everything. One breath has the power to take you from earth to a high astral plane of existence. I remember I was a kid. I think I was in first grade. So what is that? I think 6 years old, 7 years old. And I have this visceral memory of I was sitting at my desk looking up at counting charts on the wall where it like helped you count to 100 or past 100. And I was looking at the charts sitting at my desk, and I just suddenly became aware of my breath for whatever reason. I was just like, oh, wow, I'm breathing. And all of my focus started to attune to the breath. And this feeling of intense pleasure just erupted and flowed through my body, almost orgasmic like. And the world started to spin and color started to flow. And I was almost, it felt like an out of body experience, just like pulled out of my body to some sort of astral plane. I was 6 years old. Didn't know what I was doing, didn't know any yogic techniques or breath techniques or any spiritual stuff. It just happened. Because that's the power of the breath. The breath can literally transport you to other places. It can quite literally break down decades of trauma and holding and blocks. Because the breath is not just oxygen, it is also your life force. Almost every spiritual tradition talks about this. Some might call it prana, some might call it chi or ki. But when you breathe, you're not just inhaling and exhaling oxygen and nitrogen and hydrogen and helium and argon and whatever other gases there are. You're connecting to life force. And so your inhale is a conscious act of bringing more life force in. Your exhale is a conscious act of releasing what is no longer serving. And so by bringing that life force in, you can nourish those places that are withered. You can break down those places that are blocked and held. You can dissolve the crystallization that is keeping you stuck. Try this with me. This is a really powerful technique to just take this one step further. Go ahead and take your hands, place them on the side. I'm making little tents with my hands. And I'm envisioning that my whole arms, my fingers, and the center of my palms are like drain pipes. As I inhale that cleansing life force, I draw it into my heart. And at the height of my inhale, I hold my breath and I silently say, I consciously wish to let go of all negative psychic tension. And then as you breathe out, imagine that dark smog, smoke, sludge draining down out of your arms, through your fingers, through your palms, and into the floor. You can also visualize it going down and out of you, almost like you're taking a giant poop. It's just right out of you. And then you inhale more of that brilliant life force. Hold your breath. I consciously wish to let go of all negative psychic tension. Exhale, let it drain out. This is a practice I definitely do if I have to interact with somebody who's going through a lot of emotion or is feeling kind of toxic at the moment. I just bring in that flushing, cleansing energy and exhale what I don't need to hold on to. I just let it all go. Because again, everything is the same energy, everything is the same light. It's just in different states of contraction or expansion. So break down the contraction, let go of whatever it is you can't digest. And then take in more. And just one more little step. If it's helpful for you, you don't need to do it, but if you want to try it, as you do your inhale, if you want to pull more energy, you can reach your hands up. Imagine like this is a big funnel and you're gathering in that light, gathering in that life force. Exhale and letting go of all that tension, drawing it down. Inhale, I consciously wish to release all negative psychic tension. Exhale, release. So go ahead and give that a few tries if you'd like. If you don't want to, you don't have to. You don't need to look like a weirdo raising your hands if that doesn't feel good to you. I don't mind looking like a weirdo. I do most of the time anyway. I consciously wish to let go of all my tension. I wish to be free. Going back to that idea we said, because we don't just think here. We think with every part of ourselves. And so if an area is blocked, then you're blocked in some of your intelligence and some of your awareness. If you can melt that tension and create flow again, because our body wants to be soft. Apart from our bones, everything else is soft. And even our bones, they're living, they're moving, they're growing. When something becomes hard, that's when life doesn't do so well. Melt, release. Let it go. 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 I'm one with the wind and sky. It's literally frozen outside, so appropriate for this weather if you're in the northern hemisphere. Because you are meant to have an amazing life. You are meant to feel free and buoyant and joy-filled, filled with ecstasy, filled with life, filled with love. And you are meant to dwell here inside yourself. You are meant to find home in your body, to find peace in your body, in this magnificent vessel you've been given. I think it's one of the saddest things that so many spiritual or religious traditions view the body as sinful, bad, wrong, broken, dirty, when in actuality it's the most amazing gift you'll ever receive in this life. You are blessed to have a human form. Honor it, celebrate it. Embrace your totality. Because it is a gift to be your full, authentic, radiant human self. That is the sound of our universe. Every universe has its own vibration. Ours resonates with the sound of Om. And if you get very quiet, you might just hear it. How are you feeling? How you doing? All good? enjoying this? If you had a positive experience, please feel free to drop it in the chat. Love to hear, love to know how this affected you. When we finish this meditation today, just be conscious as you move back into the world. Don't rush into an argument or getting totally distracted on your phone. Try to just be with your experience a little bit. Carry it forward into your evening if you're in the United States, or afternoon or morning, wherever you are in the world. If you ever have any questions, don't hesitate to drop them in the live chat. I'll try to always respond whenever I can. I'm going to be starting next week offering a special meditation class where we really try to cultivate and hold really refined, high vibratory energy for our nourishment. I'm offering that to my one-on-one clients, to the people who've been on retreats with me, and also to any of you who feel called to partake. So if you want to join us for these first and third Thursday of the month meditation classes, you just need to head over to my Patreon and sign up over there. You'll get an access code to join us. I just want us to have a space where we can connect more often and more deeply. And I think that would be a really great space to do it. So I'd love to see you there. We'll be doing it on Zoom, so we can also connect face to face, which is really lovely to see each other. Just also a little bit of housekeeping. If you are subscribed, please make sure you're subscribed on both of my channels, because I started a new one 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, something like that. Very similar name, The Ecstatic Self, rather than Ecstatic Self. So if you're subscribed to one, please subscribe on the other if you don't mind. The Ecstatic Self will generally have me in a t-shirt, so hopefully the body stuff isn't too distracting. If you like the body stuff, at Ecstatic Self, we're embracing more of the nudity, because I think nudity is sacred and beautiful. I just posted a video on there today about why I think nudity is important and how it helps us to connect and my views about it. So you can check that out if you'd like. I have a very exciting announcement for just a few weeks from now. My new book, The 48 Gateways to the Ecstatic Self, is going to come out, and it's going to be paired with an oracle deck. So it's 48 cards that kind of dive into these things that we love here, which is about spirituality and embodiment. It's very body positive. So if you enjoy the lack of clothing sort of thing, this is a great spiritual deck for you. It's 48 spiritual principles, and then it's paired with the book I wrote. So each principle is a chapter, so we can dive deeper into that spiritual journey. And it really is reflective of what we were talking about today, which was this idea of stripping away our spirituality from any specific tradition and instead inviting it to be more indigenous to us, wherever you are in the world, finding your own spiritual path. So this is something that I'm going to be sharing more of. We're going to do a Kickstarter to launch it, so hopefully you can help support that and get your own copy. I will be posting more about it, but if you want to be sure to be notified, feel free to sign up for my mailing list on my website, ecstaticself.com. ecstaticself.com. It's also in the link in the description of this video. Feel free. I think we're going to launch that on February 5th is the plan. So really exciting stuff. People who have been seeing them in person have just absolutely loved it. I've also announced summer retreats. So they do sell out. If that's something you're thinking about, please do fill out an application. If you want to partake and the price tag does not work for you, I'm a big believer that this should be accessible to everyone. That if you're called, if you'll do this kind of spiritual work and find community together, no, the price shouldn't be an issue. I price my retreats with the assumption that people who can afford to pay that rate will pay it. And then that allows me to allow other people to come at a discounted rate. So if you want to come and the price tag isn't an option for you, just fill out an application, tell me what you need, and we're usually able to find a way to accommodate so that you are able to partake and join in. The first one is Memorial Day weekend, which I think is like May 23rd, and I don't remember the August dates, but they're posted on my website, and you can find the application there, again, ecstaticself.com. They do sell out, so I would recommend registering quickly. There's also been some really exciting news that I've shared with patrons, so if you want to hear more about that, you can head over there, particularly about us hopefully creating our own retreat center this year so that we can do more of this soul-centered, body-positive, heart-positive, inclusive spiritual work, face-to-face, heart-to-heart, skin-to-skin. So if that's something you're interested in and helping us cultivate, ever want to come make a trip out and help us paint walls or dig ditches or whatever we have to do with it, know that there'll be a space there for you for that. Um, I think that's all the updates for now. I don't see any questions that I need to respond to in the live chat, so I'm just going to end with a blessing. So feel free to let your palms just turn up. All you have to do is receive. And I'm just sending you so much light, sending you so much love, inviting the highest possible vibration for you to manifest in your body, that you find a sense of home and peace and blessings in yourself, of yourself, with yourself. That you find joy being where you are. That you find completion being where you are. That you find a sense of wholeness and belonging wherever you are. May you go in peace and light, sending you so much love. Last note, this week I simulcast this on both my YouTube channels. So if you watch it on one, great. If you see pop up on the other, that's why. Can I blow a kiss to you guys? Sure. And we did get one question on ecstatic self, which is, how did you accept your homosexuality or the little bit of your bisexuality? Oh, girl, that's a long journey. For a long time, I didn't want to be me in any capacity. I probably knew around 7 or so that I was very attracted to masculine bodies, but I didn't want to be. Even though I didn't know openly what homosexuality was, I knew based on how people sounded that it was something bad. And legitimately, and this is still the case, a lot of times when I felt attraction to very masculine bodies is because I felt like I wanted to look that way. I wanted to look hyper-masculine. And I would imagine myself with really big muscles or big, long schlong, and that would turn me on. And so I was confused. And because I'm a little bit bisexual, and I'm also very demisexual, very romantic focused. So I don't really enjoy casual sex. I only like intimacy when there's a connection. It just made me all hell of confused. Like, am I asexual? Am I bisexual? Am I gay? Am I straight? I don't know. And really, how did I accept it? Really, it was just the work we're doing today, which was apart from orientation, just learning to decrystallize, let go of the tension inside and just accept whatever is. And I feel like that's one of the big lessons for every challenge in life is just let go of expectations, let go of what you want, surrender that and just open to whatever is and know that whatever is there is the lesson. Whatever is there is the growth. Whatever is there is what is required for you on your spiritual journey. And to love and accept that because it is perfect. It may not seem that way, but in hindsight, you'll see the divinity and the plans of how things unfolded. So hopefully that's helpful. Thank you for the question. If you guys ever need anything, don't hesitate to reach out. Shoot me an email. I offer a free consultation. So if you ever need to talk face-to-face or need some support, just shoot me an email. I'm happy to jump on a call with you. All right, go in the light. Be blessed. I'll see you another time, another place, another day. Thank you all. Thank you guys.